It's another lovely morning here on the farm, guys. It's about 6:10. The dogs are barking. I've just made Tuna coffee and retreated to a safe distance. For someone that's a farmer, she's not very good in the mornings. Probably the only farmer in the world not to be a morning person. But anyway, she's been left with caffeine. I thought I'd just pop out before the boys turn up and give you an update on how the goat house build is going. So this is part 3, and just to give you a quick breakdown of the time that's been used up so far. The first day was Toon and myself and the builder marking out everything and digging the holes. After that we had half a day putting the reinforced concrete bases in there, and then we had a few days off waiting for the posts to arrive. Once the posts arrived, we had a main building chap and his best buddy and Toon's nephew helped me, or I helped them rather, and we got all the posts in. Then we had a further day where the 3 boys were back again. Since then I've been out of the picture. I'm not really much help then, so it just takes too long, them trying to explain everything to me, and I'm guessing it's like Lionel Blair would give us a clue. So that was those 2 working for another day, and then since then it's just been the main builder and Toon's nephew trying to give him some work during these difficult times, and they're getting on great. Look, we can now say that the main framework posts and it's looking good. Well, I think it is, and so does Toon. But the boys have got all the roof framework up bar one piece. So they'll be finishing that off this morning. They wanted to order the roof, but Toon's just a little bit reluctant at the moment. It's just that we've had a huge order of fencing posts part delivered, and they keep dragging their heels when the rest of the posts are going to get delivered, and you pay on delivery, so we don't want to be hit with 2 bills at the same time. It's just a cash flow thing. So Toon said, look, can you just carry on doing the framework? Obviously we're having a raised floor. This is the remaining pile of timber that we've got that's going to be used for the framework. So the raised floor area, just let me pick up my brew. All the floorboards are still back at the house under cover. So it's going to be raised up about just shy of 1 metre off the ground. They've done a lovely job. We've asked as well if we can, if we've got enough timber available at the end to set up the roof that it can support some guttering, because it's such a big roof area, and it's going to increase as well. Remember, this is just phase 1 of the goat build. There's going to be extra bits put on as the herd increases in size. So the roof on this side, I would like to channel the water straight into the lake here, and then on the other side of this I'd like to have it gutted into some water holding tanks, probably a couple. But so cool, really good. His carpentry skills I'm quite impressed with. Can't always say that for what I see out here, but he's doing a good job. And still no issues. I think I mentioned it on the last videos. We've got a really good vibe about this, just as we did with the lake dig. We've got nice people helping us, and although Toon's nephew isn't like a really experienced builder, he is working hard. They're normally here by about 7:30, 7:45, and they don't leave. Well, normally the main builder, he leaves after 5, and Lex doesn't go much before him. They have probably a full hour for lunch. It's just a few cigarette breaks here and there, and that's it. We're paying both of them 400 baht a day, and they're earning every single bit of it, I tell you. Very fortunate that we're not getting charged a set price, which most experienced builders charge, and then it's up to them how many people they're getting to help them. Toon came out for a wander with me last night, just before we went to bed, and it was lovely. Although it was about 10:30 at night, it was really nice out here, and we had a good wander round, just make sure that no one was being cheeky with the fish in the lake. Everything's fine, really good. This front end here, this is where we're going to have the access up into the house. So with it only being a metre off the floor, thereabouts, we can have a nice gentle slope. The one on the other house is a little bit steep, although I've put treads on there now. When all the goats are charging in or charging out, sometimes they bash each other around and you do get the odd slip. But so I've treaded it now with some old bike tyre. But we'll still do that here. I'll still do that here, but the gradient's going to be a lot less. Looking forward to doing the floor, really am. We're going for a zinc roof. Although a little bit more expensive than those fairly cheap corrugated sheets that you can get, at least we can get them in all one length. So we'll get it cut to the right length and one sheet per run, so it'll be a lot easier for the guys to build and work with. So that's something that's coming up. That's going to cost quite a bit. He said that the company will come out and actually measure up. Look at that, eh? I think the goats are going to be happy with this. Alright, you two. Come on, nice spoon. 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 Yep. Spoon's off on security. There's a couple of motorbikes that she doesn't particularly like round here, and whenever she hears the engine, that's it, she sets off after them. But that one's a little bit far over there. That motorbike in the distance is going all the way down there in the yonder. There's a couple of little farms back round there. They're our nearest neighbour. I'd say that's 1 kilometre away, I should think. It's just a little dirt track to them. I quite like just coming out here and having a look at how the guys are getting on. Very happy with the progress, very happy with the quality of the guys working. Happy with the guys. Happy with the timber that we've got left. It's going to be a bit touch and go, but I think it's going to be enough to support the floor. I'm not sure about the sides. We're going to have to put some beams across the side so we can stop falling out the house. That'll be a bonus. But we're still undecided what we're going to do around the outside. Whether it's going to be our fencing, use that in there, or something else. I don't know. I really don't want to use bamboo again. We'll see what materials we got left over, and we'll go with that. We'll try to recycle everything and repurpose everything where we can. Don't want to be buying new stuff when we don't need to. Like all this timber, this was all reclaimed timber. Very, very lucky to get hold of all this. So, I mean, to be quite honest, if it's enough timber to do the whole house for 10,000 baht, that's just crazy, isn't it? That's really, really cool. Right then, I need to get my arse back. I need to go and check out my new billy goat. That's right. If you're following us on our Facebook page, you'll have seen a photo of our new handsome man, Bullseye. And if you thought Tumnus's nads were big, my God, the bloke is packing. So I'm going to do a video on him later on today, and hopefully get that posted tomorrow. And I'm sure you'll love him to bits. He's a big, lovable bear of a Kalahari red breed. He's an absolute unit. Right then, I'm going to finish my coffee and Go and see if the missus has risen. It's not going to look half bad, is it, eh?